Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming to LifeWave Success Story Time. I don't even know, but what I want to do is I want to introduce you to Barb Ashcroft. I met Barb a few years ago. I was pulled onto a call because you were interviewing this company. And you didn't take it lightly because you've been in this industry for many years and very successful. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been a leader in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you were looking at this, you were checking all the boxes that you needed to do. And I remember meeting you and you had fantastic questions. And you're a beautiful person. I've got to meet a large portion of your team and your people. And I will say that, Barb, you lead with your heart. You care about the people that you're helping and you advocate for so many. So I just thank you so much for allowing us to have time and allowing us to get to know you a little bit more and what LifeWave has done for you. So if you can, give us a little share on, what brought you into LifeWave, what some of the things, because I know we're going to talk about one thing that was very, very impactful for you. What got you to look at LifeWave, and then what were the results that obtained with your help?
Okay, well, I'll try and do the Reader's Digest version for timing here. Thank you, Tina. I really appreciate you bringing me on. Um, I think I need to actually, rewind the time capsule a little bit as far as why I'm even here at all. And that is, I was looking at a quote in a book this week, and it just really struck me. And it said it was hitting me right where where I sit. It was, "Are you brewing metabolic dysfunction?"
Mm,
And I thought, well, that actually sums up my life. Uh, because I have for a lifetime, I'm approaching uh, in the early summer, 77. And for a huge number of decades, I have been dealing with detox because I needed to.
mhm,
I had auto intoxication, so my body wasn't eliminating toxins. And for anybody in the health field, you're probably aware that all these cells have a little have they have a job description. They have a, they have an engine in every single cell called mitochondria. And what that does is that is your engine. But also the cells die off and need to be eliminated as well as other waste. And my body wasn't eliminating to the point that I was 27, I believe it was. I was covered in boils, just totally toxic. And so, anyways, at that point in time is how I found wellness, or wellness found me, because I was having surgeries every 6 months for organs that were being compromised. And so I was well into this detox path of being able to help my body throw off toxins, which was amazing when people stop you on the street in the Okanagan when you've been a PR person for a corporate bank and they're saying, "Wow, you look so much better." Meanwhile, previously you wanted to have a brown bag because of all the oils all over your face.
oh,
So, anyways, it just was, I didn't know what feeling good was.
mm,
And so I did do all of the natural health modalities of detox and increasing your hydration and all those things. But it took its price in my health. And so I was always looking for what is the next key thing that I need to do.
mhm,
And as it turned out, a few years ago, after I'd been in a really stressful time, it ended up that I ended up in the hospital. I ended up in ER in excruciating agony. And what had happened was, even though my gallbladder was one of those organs that was compromised, had been removed 25 years earlier, um, my body, my liver, was still producing stones.
Mm.
And so, yay. And where these stones were stuck was in my biliary duct, causing inflammation, extraordinary inflammation. I mean, I was in labor for 96 hours with our daughter, and it wasn't anywhere close to what I was going through with this. It
Oh my
was
goodness.
absolutely out of this world. And so, anyways, here I am in ER, and they just keep, you know, got my IV pain drip as I'm sitting there with my little vomit bag and everything else. And my
Mhm.
husband's got a blanket wrapped around me. Really great picture, right? I mean, it was just awful. But anyways, that was 3 days because there was no room in the inn.
Mm.
And anyways, at the end of that, as we were progressing through that, um, you can imagine the wild number of tests that were happening to me. So I'm a really good recorder, and so I have all my uh, markers of what was happening to me. And uh, in fact, what I can do now, if you like, if this is a good time, Tina, I can pull up that sheet.
Huh.
Of, I'll just pop it over here so that people can. Okay, here we go. Okay, tell me if this shows up. How's that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So this is the beginning numbers. Um, what the normal numbers are, these are 4 liver markers. And this is what the normal would be.
Hmm.
And this is the one that really got my attention. I don't know if that's showing up big enough there.
Yeah, yeah, wow.
And that was, um, quite jaw dropping. And so here we're, like I say, here were these markers. And knowing that I've been in natural health for 40 years by this time, I mean, I was doing good detox. I was doing uh, good things to be able to help bring this down. Um, but hydration, all of that. But it was a lengthy process, and I really totally owned it. I'm going to get on top of this, and the numbers did come down,
Mm.
but they seemed to stall. And at that point in time, Tina, my revelation now, like I said, rewinding the time capsule of what has happened here was that my body didn't have the cellular energy to be able to have the stamina to toss off the toxins that it needed to do.
Mm.
And there's a real key component here called autophagy. That's the body's ability to throw off this dead waste. And that's really been compromised with all our electrical stress, all of the smart meters and all of that around us. So I think for me in particular, I was, my Achilles heel was detoxing.
Mm.
And I was impaired from that because I didn't have the energy. And then I started with LifeWave patches. So, like it shows here, I was seeing improvements, clean eating, liver detox, malic acid, which breaks down gallstones, magnesium, hydration, lengthy process. But I really stalled. I couldn't get past that certain mark. And so that's when I incorporated the photobiomodulation to my protocol. And initially, I started with LifeWave because in Canada, that's all we had. But like you shared earlier, I needed to put out the fire. I mean, my body was on fire internally, right? So that was, and that did even help with detox. But then that particular August, Canada marvelously got X39 and 49 and Eon, which that's why I came on board because I wanted to have the master cell help for
Yeah.
repair. And so anyways, I started doing that, started especially working on the kidney, liver, gallbladder meridians to be able to just continue that. And and then this is the results with the 1 year mark by doing that. So you'll see the numbers. This is where it should be. This is where it was. And this is where it is at the
Wow.
1 year mark. And here's this one, 164. It's supposed to be 35 to 120. I'm smack dab in the middle. And
Nice.
this one was the most profound because it went from this down to 47. And here's what's funny about that. They actually moved the normal scale for normal to be under 44. And
Mm,
here I was just 3 points out of normal, which was marvelous. And if you could envision, I was the very last person at Vancouver General Hospital to ever have liver lithotripsy, which is, I know a lot of the people here are familiar with rodeos, etc.
mm-hmm.
Well, having that is like having a Brahma bull at full speed into your gut
Wow.
every 90 seconds
Oh my.
just to try and shatter up gallstones. That was the treatment.
Oh,
And I remember sort of being a puddle as I was out of there, and the gallstones were still there. So, anyways, that was just one of my wonderful experiences. But I tell you, it's just so amazing when you can have something natural that doesn't interfere, but comes to support you and to be able to make a difference. And then here's the last two markers. Of course, mine was 233 and we got it down to 29.
wow.
And then the last one here, 122 down to 23. So here we have, some great, I love having the actual numbers,
Mm-hmm.
the proof, right from Life Labs. Here it is,
Yeah, that's
and the initial
amazing.
ones right from the hospital. But what's even better, because we know that the light therapy works on supporting the body to what it's supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just helps in that regard. And here, not only that was improved, but my A1C for blood sugar was good. At that point, she said, your thyroid tests are improving. That's terrific. And here's the real cool thing is this week, finally, we have a doctor after 3 years waiting for one in
Mm,
our community. And she was doing a workup on me and she said, okay, I see this, this, this. And she says, well, so with your thyroid, what's your numbers on that? So I shared and she says, what? But that's normal. So it is, the body is so profound, but I want to finish off with one thing that's a key component that I like to share with people because when this all happened to me, I was under really a lot of stress with our company folding and all kinds of stuff. There was lots of offenses, lots of disappointment with people, lots of uh, you know, angst. And just want to encourage everyone, besides be physical, to truly, leave your bags at the door because that becomes gravel, it becomes stones, and it creates havoc in your body because the only answer is forgiveness and to move on and just keep on going with helping your body to do what it's meant to do. So that's just a little tidbit into that aspect of my wellness journey and thrilled to be with what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. So
Thank you so much, Barb. I so appreciate you, letting people see, that that's not a light struggle that you had to go through. And, you proved perseverance and you advocated for your health and you looked outside the box and you said, okay, what do I have to do to get better? And so I know it's been a lifelong journey for you. And so I just appreciate you sharing your story with us tonight.
thank you so much.